the blow up baby. I'm not sponsored by them, but they did send it to me. This is my favorite new way to get dust off my lens rather than using one of these old blood pressure things. We're talking about commercial shooting today. Small crews, how to do the best job, all the experience I've had from the past 10 years, and to one quick video that we did for this company called Fuel here in Toronto. Here's a little runner show. I'm gonna talk about a few housekeeping things. We're gonna get into the gear and then get into the tips for commercial shooting. But first thing, September 12th, The Art of Documentary is launching, and if you want to jump on our wait list so you know when the early bird discounts come out, so where you can save up to 30% off on the course, we're going to be giving one person this. What is this? It's a black box. Great gift. No, this is the OmniCharge. I got this sent to me from them earlier this year, and I think it's my favorite thing that has been sent to me all year long. It's not just a battery that you can charge your iPhone with. It will give you a full charge on a laptop. You can also plug a hard drive into this and then plug your computer into this and it becomes a hub. This thing can power pretty much anything that comes off of USB. I love it. It's saved our butts many times. It's about $350. And we're giving one away to one lucky person who's on our wait list. And if you're not sure if you're already on the wait list, go join it again over at The Art of Documentary. That's our course we're launching on the 12th. We'll only have the doors open for about a week or so. And if you miss this chance to get in the course, you'll have to wait all the way till March. So don't miss out. And if you don't want to join the course, well, we have lots of fun events throughout the year. So you'll want to be on our mailing list. So go sign up. Let's get into this fuel shoot. And the first thing we're gonna do is talk about the gear I used, because otherwise I'm going to have to talk about it in the comments. So we tried to keep a small, nimble crew for this, and I tried to bring as little gear on set as possible, but as much as I needed to get the best shoot. So for camera, we used the FX6. For lenses, you guessed it, Helios 44-2, that's a 58mm in focal length lens, Sigma Art 35 and 24. We used the Polar Pro matte box system because I wanted to have these beautiful, blooming, soft focus flares in the background, which is their mist filter that we threw on the matte box. For monitors, we used the Small HD Cine 7, which we actually used their new Teradek module that we added onto it, so whoever wasn't shooting could see exactly what was going on. Everyone's gonna ask what monitor arm I used, because everyone always does. It's called the Ultralight. I don't know where to buy it. I bought it in a store here in Toronto. You can find one. Wooden Camera has a similar one. It's not exactly the same, but it's pretty much identical. But the one I used was called an Ultralight. And speaking of lighting, we used the Aperture 300D2. I would have rather used the new Aperture roll thin foil light matte sort of thing, but they're tough to come by. So we used the 300, but with their 6090 softbox. That's actually what's lighting my face right now. It's a smaller, lighter box. The light dome is really big, but we wanted to be nimble, so we used the 6090 on that. We had a hazer running in the corner. It's by Mark, M-A-R-Q. It's like if I was French and they spelled their names that way. And then finally, I used the Sennheiser 416. That's actually what's miking me here right now. And because we wanted to have a nimble crew on this, using that mic was really awesome because we couldn't have a sound guy running around with us. We didn't have the budget in terms of the client. And usually I do like having sound guys, but this mic has been incredible. I had full faith that it could capture all the sound we needed, including the coach going around the room, yelling at everyone.
Okay, so we've got 3 sets. You're gonna be doing 2 minutes. You've got 20 reps.
I have this other mic that I've mentioned in the past that's $3,000, but I've actually been enjoying this 416 just as much because even though this mic is just a third of that price, this mic captures a lot of the bass, as you can hear in my voice. I have a big nose, so some mics make me sound like I'm talking through a tin can, but I really love the 416. I edited this in Adobe Premiere. Oh, I had lots of issues. I know guys, I'm coming close to resolve. It may happen one day. And for color, I started with my Cine LUT V2 LUT. This one has not been released yet. It will be part of our post-production toolkit, which will be available at checkout for The Art of Documentary. I may release it worldwide at some point, but it will be available for anyone buying the course. And then you can see the footage here with the LUT and without. Without. Why is the LUT swipe so satisfying? And of course, ooh, that feels nice. They're not getting any more love. They're not paying me, but it's a great piece of gear. And so approaching this commercial, well, for all of us when we shoot commercials, I don't know about you, but the dream for me is to have no client intervention. What I mean is they're not there bothering you. You can be creative and just get the shots the way you are used to capturing them. And this doesn't always happen, and I would say that usually doesn't happen because the client doesn't have trust with you. And so how do you build trust with a client? Well, trust begins with communication, but it also really begins with listening. So for us, when we want that freedom on set, this is my first tip, is do lots of pre-production with your client and get them on board with your idea and run through those possible issues on set. Because if you're trying to build trust with the client on set, you're gonna have delays. They're gonna wanna see things again, and at some point they may start not trusting that you have their best intentions or their vision in mind, and that's when things grind to a halt on set, and in turn you get a mediocre product. So how do you get that trust initially? Well, the first thing you wanna be doing is asking the client what problem they're trying to solve. Find out the client's needs for the shoot, the reason why they want to come to you to make a commercial. And in this case, for fuel, they really wanted to help identify their customers with their product. They wanted a commercial that they could put on Instagram so the people they're trying to reach would see themselves in this commercial and say, hey, I wanna join that gym. And if you wanna find out more about the details of that conversation with the client, you can check out Art of Documentary, Create and Earn. We have all of our conversations built out in the course, but more on that in a bit. But for us, we did lots of calls up front, lots of Zoom calls, and find out the main problem our client is trying to solve. And so in turn for us, we're not filmmakers at this point, we're problem solvers. So we began brainstorming creative ways to show that on screen. And the best way to do this is create a pitch package. I like building a PDF, put some of their branding in it, and actually have links to examples inside that PDF. You can see the one I made here for them. We gave them two options and they chose the one that we liked. Sometimes it's better to put the option you want them to choose second so that it leads into that creative momentum so that they feel like there's something better coming up next. So we sold them on this idea that really showed how accessible their gym was, the types of people. We made sure we had a diverse group of people in that gym, and we made it fun, but we showed how dang hard their workouts are, because that is something their clients want. They want to come in and within 50 minutes be completely punished by a trainer. And they were, and we showed that in the film. And so with all of this pre-production, our client was satisfied with the vision and we could go attack that. They actually, in this case, were like, we really love this pitch. We want you to go do that on set. My next point too was we wanted to have a nimble crew. Running around a gym, we didn't want to stop the workout. We knew there'd be authentic moments that we could capture, but we made sure that they extended their workout by twice as long. Now they weren't working out that entire time, but it gave us the chance to get new angles and lowered the pressure on us because we had more time. We had more time to be creative, but it also kept the shoot cheaper because it wasn't going on all day. So there was just three of us. We had Landon working the light and me and Mike jumping back and forth between the cameras. And again, like I said, we had no sound guy. We just used our 416, but that was perfect. It would have been overkill in this case to have had a sound guy. But for me on set, you've heard me say this before, I don't want to be confused. I'm okay to be a bit stressed, have my adrenaline going. So what we did ahead of time is we did a location scout. We figured out when and where the best light is, and unfortunately we had to shoot this at night, so that's why we brought a light in. And I would say this is bring one to two lights on your shoot. Sometimes 3 is okay, but we didn't need many, but that one light helped make everything look better so we could actually point the camera anywhere and get the best footage. Even in the daytime, adding a light to certain shots helped significantly. So for us, having Landon run around with the light, it was just easier. We didn't have a C-stand, we could just point the camera anywhere and Landon would run in and hold the light. It made it for a much easier, more mobile shoot. So smaller crew, less gear, and scouting ahead of time will help you get way more content. I would say way better content, because you're not slowing down, trying to figure out what's working best. You can kind of point the camera anywhere if you already know the space, and if you have that light, the shots will end up working. It's just a matter of turning the light. So Landon knew to stand 45 degrees from us, so everything had a bit of backlighting. Front lighting's kind of flat. It's not my favorite way to shoot, but this nimble crew kept things moving. Another thing is to choose your music ahead of time. You've heard me talk about this before. The music is my creative inspiration, and that's where it all starts. I actually even bring the song to set. We played it over the speakers a few times while we were prepping just to get in the mood, and then a few times I bring the phone up. I even put it in Mike's ear and would listen it for me. You can see me with the monitor listening to the song. just making sure the style and the quickness of our shots was matching the rhythm and the cadence of the song. It's like we were editing on set. I love knowing my music ahead of time. And lastly, make sure to leave a bit of time to try some new things. We made sure that people arrived a bit earlier so we could try some different arrival shots, not just the standard walking behind someone. Although we did that because with the clouds and sky it looked beautiful, but we also got shots of someone riding in on a bike or meeting up their friend or getting out of a car. Just tried a few different angles because you as a filmmaker, this is why we started filmmaking, was we wanted to be nimble. We wanted to pick up a camera and find new cool shots. But I find when there's no time to do this, when there's no time to try something new, it gets so stressful that you just get the standard shots and you don't try for more unique things, or you don't try doing a shot a few more times to really nail it. So I would say for any commercial you're doing, make sure that you schedule in, actually put in the schedule, call it freestyle. And this is just 10 to 20% of your day where there is no shot list. You're just getting to try new things and find new ways of shooting. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, well, you're in luck. On September 12th, we have a whole new module. There's 3 modules in the Art of Documentary, module 1, 2, and now our new Create and Earn course. This is all about, I need a drink of water. This is all about commercial shooting and running a business as a filmmaker. How to make more money, but not just that, how to structure your business so you have time to create those passion projects that we have on our hearts and our minds as filmmakers. It's not just about only making money as a filmmaker, but it's about creating the things that we're most passionate about, the stories that drew us to the craft in the beginning. In Create and Earn is over 40 videos. We do a deep dive on how to pitch to clients, how to even write the right emails to get more clients, whether you're a freelancer or running a business, how to shoot the actual commercials, how to do testimonial videos all the way up to bigger sets where you have dozens of people working with you. What's really cool is this fuel shoot. We show you everything from the initial Zoom calls to our pitch meetings, to being on set, to delivering the final product. Create and Earn is the complete guide to making that transition as a filmmaker into running a business, getting more clients, not just one-off jobs, but retainer clients who will pay you on a regular basis, and as well as setting yourself up so you can create those passion projects, so short films or even maybe your first feature. As part of the story in Art of Documentary, Module 1 is our Foundations course, where you get to learn all about creating your first film. Module 2 is about helping you find that voice as a director when you're making your next films. And then Module 3 is once you've created those films, this is how to run that business so you get to make those films full time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave any questions below. Don't miss out the launch on September 12th. We've seen thousands of filmmakers come through the Art of Documentary, and I don't know why you would miss this opportunity to level up your filmmaking and also create the films of your dreams. The world needs your films, the world needs your voice, so don't miss this chance to be a part of Art of Documentary. Like I said, the doors close just a week after we open on September 12th, so you have to wait until March, and our prices are always going up every launch. So get in now. Get on that early bird wait list. You'll get up to 30% off the purchase of your course when it comes out. Till then, I'll see you somewhere, maybe on Instagram. You can DM me. All right, have a good one.